What's up guys, the BMD Brickhouse Daily, back in today. Today I have two builds to share with you guys, the Venator class Star Destroyer and the Invisible Hand, both from Star Wars Episode 3. This one was built by me and this one by my friend Ben, who builds quite a few Mocs on the channel. So let me get straight into this Moc and then I'll have him share his with you. Alright, let's get straight into this build. I'll go front to back through all of the details in this build. So starting with the front, the nose cone tip type piece was pretty difficult to build. As you can see, I used some snot techniques, some other pieces to get that shape in there. A little bit further back, you see some cannons made with some of those older wrench pieces. Some cannons in the front, some cannons a little bit farther back. And then we have the hangar bay. So the hangar on this build is open. I know LEGO just made the UCS version of this model, but in theirs the hangar bay doesn't really do anything. Ours, it also doesn't, but it's kind of propped open in that position. We have a couple ARC 170 starfighters who are kind of flying out of the docking bay. I'll pin a card for the person that made these. We looked online and found the design for these, and we just thought it was so perfect we had to use it in this build. Going a little bit further back, you see a couple Republic insignias. I got a lot of bulk bricks one time and found these in there, and I was just like, this is the perfect piece to use in that situation. Going a little bit farther back in the build, we have a couple light cannons on top. I believe these cannons were shot by the clone troopers, as you can see in the panning shots of the Battle of Coruscant. A little bit further back, we've got a couple grill pieces used as some stripes on the side. A little bit further back on this build, we have the two control towers. Obviously, no minifigs can fit inside there. A little bit further back on the build, we have the thrusters for the Venator. About 6 of them right there. There's probably more on the actual Venator in Star Wars, but I had as many as could fit in this micro-scaled space. They've got a little bit of blue thrust on the back there. And if you're wondering how I got this curved shape in the build, I actually just used some of those, I guess it's a 1x2 plate connected to another one that kind of folds to make that curve in there. You can see a few of these pieces. Also, there are a few holes and other things in this build that's not exactly greebling. When I first built this, it was meant to go on a stand over a model of the city of Coruscant. But we had to tear that apart to build other models, but I still wanted to share the spaceships from that build for you guys. So let's hear what Ben has to say about the Invisible Hand.
Hey guys, so as was mentioned earlier, this is the Invisible Hand from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. So this was General Grievous's flagship during the Battle of Coruscant, and I really like how this build turned out. So starting with the front, as you can see, it's got the iconic beak shape that is depicted in Revenge of the Sith. And we've got General Grievous's command bridge here in the front. This is where the Jedi Knights Anakin and Obi-Wan rescue Palpatine and defeat Dooku in the Battle of Coruscant. Moving back, we've got some Vulture droids on General Grievous's ship. The design was challenging at first to figure out, but Abraham did a really good job of getting the design to look really sleek and accurate using these old wrench pieces. So moving further back along the ship, we've got hangers along the sides, and I used some keyboard print pieces as some of the control panels. And that was one of the parts of the ship that I really liked how the design turned out. I used some of the pieces often used as rails for sliding crates in a lot of these Star Wars builds, and I really think it looks good as a hanger. And so moving further to the back, we have the command bridge for the Invisible Hand. This was a challenging shape to build at first because it does have a lot of angles to it that are hard to capture with just one piece. But eventually I settled on 1x2 slope coming up on a hinge piece with some jumpers in the middle. The most challenging part of the build, however, was probably the engines at the back. So I really wanted to get the iconic lip shape here on the back of the ship, but wasn't quite sure how to do that with engines as well. And so ultimately I ended up using one of the 1x pieces like this to attach the engines. And so I think it's a really neat build. I really enjoyed building it, and I hope you guys enjoyed as well. Hey guys, thank you all for watching our video on our invisible hand
and our Venator starship, Mocs. Please put any ideas you have in the comment section below. We'll make sure to look at those and give you some feedback, or maybe build some of those ideas and share them on the channel. So yeah, just thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.